Compassion, dedication, empowerment. Just a few words to describe the humanitarian powerhouse CARE, which extends its hand to the poorest people around the globe. Their reach is long, their participants are many. And it all began 70 years ago with a care package like this one on the set. In this Be the Change segment, we'll examine CARE's impressive outpouring of love and support. And joining us in the studio today is Joyce Adolwa of CARE. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Julie. It's wonderful to be here.
We are so glad you're here. And Joyce, we all know CARE, but just tell us how it all began.
Yeah, like you said, it started 70 years ago after World War II in 1945 when 22 organizations came together and decided to send help abroad to Europe. And initially, the care package was really U.S. Army food surplus that they reconstituted, and they shipped those to families in Europe. Now, what happened after that is that as the needs grew, then the care package also evolved. And a lot of people don't know this, but the care package was actually coined by CARE, that phrase.
The care package came from you guys 70 years ago.
70 years ago.
Unbelievable.
Yes. CARE pulled together Americans to respond to families and individuals in Europe. And we are doing the same thing 70 years later. But this time, we're not only delivering relief for today, but also helping communities plan for the future to make it a sustainable change.
Unbelievable. And I know there's been a big focus in your organization recently on women. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. When you look at the global figures, 1.4 billion people live in poverty. Of those, women are disproportionately impacted by poverty, impacted by discrimination and marginalization. So, and we also see the other side of it, that when you work with women, it has a ripple effect within the community. She will bring up her kids right. She will take them to school, and she will teach them to earn a living. So we want to see that ripple effect happening in millions of lives across the globe. So that is why we focus on women. And when you think about it in terms of food production, women help produce 50% of the world's food. They put in 2/3 of the effort.
Go women.
But
Go
they only
ladies.
get 10% of the income.
Now, I love your mantra, and that's deliver lasting change. When and how did y'all come up with that?
For us, what is important is to change the dynamics of poverty, to change the drivers, the socio-political imbalances, the relationships that keep people disempowered. So our mission is really to bring equity within societies, and that is why we focus on women and girls too. So once you lift them up and people have a different perspective, then the relief effort can be supplemented with a development effort. So it's not just supplying food for today, it's also helping them establish how they will continue to get it beyond CARE.
So important. And CARE has such a wide reach. And, this year, tell me about the projects you've got going. And there are too many to number, really.
Yes, we're in over 90 countries. We have grown and moved beyond Europe. We are in Asia, Africa, Latin America, 90 countries, over 800 projects, reaching over 70 million people. But there is a lot more to be done. We have 1.4 billion people still in poverty that we still need to reach with not only relief, but better health care, education, economic empowerment. We want them to be resilient to natural disasters and emergencies so that they can be able to bounce back. And that is the mission of CARE.
Who supports CARE and how can we help?
Everyone can log on and customize a gift in honor of their family members or friends or for themselves.
I love that idea.
Our e-catalog, we do have an e-catalog, and that site is care.org/be the change.
All right, I got to ask you about this blue box. What is this?
Absolutely. This is really an exciting innovation. We have women savings groups. So everyone brings in a little less than $2 and they put it in per month, and then they can borrow. It's a bank. It's a village savings and loans bank. So they can borrow against themselves with a little bit of interest. And this has been so successful. The repayment rate is over 98%.
98%?
98%. And women have been able to send their kids to school. They've been able to reconstruct their homes. They've been able to buy cattle and, have a livelihood because of a simple savings box.
You guys are rock stars. I'm telling you that.
Thank you.
It's something to keep in mind, the way you can personalize gifts as we think about the holidays and everything that's coming up. And I just want to tell you, you're such a blessing. Thank you for being on the set today.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure. And for more information on how CARE is giving mothers and their families the tools they need to overcome poverty all over the world and how you can help, visit care.org or our website, thebalancingact.com/be the change.